All right, rant number 100. It can go either way, a 2 or 3-way tie. First off, it'll be Battlefield 2042. Watch the gameplay review trailer around Sunday, June 13th of this month. And I had mixed feelings. Part of me looked like, okay, it looks good. The graphics look sweet. I'm pretty sure that when the final version comes out, it's going to be grand slam, immaculate, spectacular, stupendous, awesome, amazing. But on the other side, I'm just like, oh man, when I look at specialists, it screams out loud of Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, and I wonder how much role will it play? Is it going to be stupidly overpowered to the point where it'll ruin the game, like we saw with the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and 4? So, and I'm glad that they're not doing. Well, I'm not glad, but as far as Battle Royale goes, I have a feeling that it's coming in the future. I don't care what EA and DICE says, despite of the lack of success in a Battlefield 5's Firestorm Battle Royale. It's coming. I mean, you had Dr. Disrespect went off on the idea of that not coming and putting people in their place saying, hey, Battle Royale is here to stay. It's just getting started. What do you mean it's played out? Well, it is. If you play one, you play them all. And the sad thing is, it's the same damn thing. It feels like you're playing sports video games. The gaming industry, the trend chasing, Mr. Me Too mentality in regards to Battle Royale and other things, it's disgusting. But that's another story for another time. Let's stick to Battlefield 2042. I'm good with them not bringing single player campaign for the fact that it hasn't been any good since Bad Company days, which is 1 and 2, even though I thought Bad Company 2 was disappointing. It felt like they were trying way too hard, and it fell flat for me. Then the last decent single player campaign for Battlefield was Battlefield Hardline, but it wasn't made by DICE. It was made by Visual Games. The developers made Dead Space games and Army of Two, Devil's Cartel is one of my underrated games of all time. And yeah, other than that, you got Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 5. They're 4 worst games when it comes to single player campaign, along with other things. So DICE made the right choice by focusing on online multiplayer games. But on the flip side, you can see a lot of people coming out of the woodwork slamming EA and DICE for that decision. And then you got other people like, you play Battlefield first-person shooter games just for single-player campaign? Like Call of Duty and Battlefield? What is wrong with you? You got to play the whole package. Not just be one-sided. You just wasting your money. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway. Yeah, people like Dreamcast Guy, I've never been a fan of him. Watched his videos, never been a fan of him at all. Complain, scream bloody murder about the lack of single-player campaign in Battle 2042. He's not alone. The other people have done the same thing. Like I said, it hasn't been good for a long time, and DICE made the right decision. Now, let me get back to what I was saying. It's going to be $70 plus tax on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X here in the U.S. Can't imagine what's going to be like in Canada, where it's over $90, or in Australia it's over $100. I'm pretty sure. Then I'm hearing you're going to pay extra $10 for a battle pass or something like that. Then you got the PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. We're talking about over $100, $150, $200 for a video game. For an online multiplayer game. And the fact that it's 128 player count, I'm very disappointed in y'all, EA and DICE. You could do better. If PlayStation 3 Mag can have 256 player count with subpar graphics, you're telling me you can't do the same with Battlefield 2042. Or at least get to 168 or something. Come on, man. Get with the program. This is ninth video game generation era. You got to push it to the max. You got to get creative. Innovation. Oh, my bad. There's lack of that in today's video game industry, but that's another story for another time. Let me move on from that. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be a single-player only game. Then you got no season pass, no microtransactions, and no DLC. I'll believe it when I see it. Then you got a dialogue tree where you can make decisions that has an outcome, the decision-making outcome that the story's game. Very interesting. But there's going to be one particular ending. Just one ending only. There be no multiple endings like we've seen with past games, including, Mass Effect 3. So, Square Enix been making some weird choices with their games, man. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, single player only game equals, it screams out loud of online co-op, optional type of game. There are people out there like the characters of Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't want to be stuck playing just Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord. And another thing, why does Gamora look like Kristen Stewart's oldest sister all of a sudden? I just want to throw that out there. Then, this game's supposed to be a quote-unquote redemption because of what happened Marvel's Avengers. We saw what happened with that game when they went live service. Then people scream bloody murder, piss and moan about, I'm talking about Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the lack of likeness, MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, the top-notch voice acting, the gameplay, the graphics. It screams out, and the character models, it just screams out loud as Marvel's Avengers 2.0 all over again. I think video game community need to focus on the gameplay. They need to focus on the fact that there will be no season pass, microtransactions, and DLC. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. They need to focus on something, those things I just talked about. But instead, they want to focus on the nonsensical things. That's great. You gotta love the video game community, right? Rant number 101. NBA MVP. Denver Nuggets is Nikola Jokic. Yes, I know he got kicked out of the game in Game 4 with 8 minutes and 57 or 37 seconds left, third quarter. At home for Denver Nuggets versus the Phoenix Suns when they got swept in 4 games. He was going for the ball. Not only he was going for the ball, but he ended up swiping with quote-unquote malice intent on Phoenix Suns player Cameron Payne. Everyone thought it was a common foul. Some people thought it was flagrant one. I thought it was flagrant one. My father thought it was a common foul. No one thought it was a flagrant 2 except for the refs. They took it at the look at the monitor, instant replay. Oh, flagrant 2. You, sir, get out. Huh? Seriously? Then you look at the aftermath. You look at him, Cameron Payne. He looked like he just woke up from a nap. There's no blood, bruises, nothing. No red eyes, nothing. He acted like he got shot in the face and writhing in pain. He was laying on the ground for a long period of time while Devin Booker looked like he's ready to go toe-to-toe with Nikola Jokic. Man, this acting job / flopping is gotta stop. NBA, forget about finding players for flopping. You need to start hitting players with the technical fouls. Make them play defense. Like I said, the finding for flopping, yeah, it was a short-term thing. Yeah, everyone got a kick out of it. Everybody's like, yeah, it will definitely make them think twice. No, it didn't. Players are still doing that BS. They still doing that bull jive. Come on, man. NBA, if y'all don't do something, it's going to continue to get worse. And you don't want me to get started on LeBron James going off on the deep end and just criticizing the NBA for the rash of injuries in the NBA playoffs. And you damn sure don't want me to get started people hollering, screaming about the asterisk talk of a NBA champion because of rash of injuries. Please don't do that. I can feel my blood boiling when I hear the word asterisk talk and the injuries. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I know it's a rant video, but I don't want to go off the deep end and say something I'm going to regret. Rant number 103. Black Lightning series finale episode. All I can tell you, it was underwhelming, predictable, and a hot mess. Two things stood out. Jennifer Pierce. There were two Jennifer Pierce, aka Lightning. When you watch and you look, they do these little flashbacks. You're like, okay, now I see. It kind of reminds you a little bit of a Darkwing Duck, where you have Darkwing Duck, you have Negaduck, you know, the good and the bad / evil version, the doppelganger. You know, and Lala laughing at the corpse of Tobias Whale. Yeah, because Black Lightning killed him. I just got so sick and tired of Black Lightning, the series where it's lecturing, beating you in the head, and what it's like to be black in America, or Dragon Ball Z / Super / GT bull jive of die, revive routine, and a lot of talking and all the other stuff, and underdeveloped characters. In Chief Lopez versus Lightning, I was so pumped for that, and it only turned out to be a damn one-sided fight. Lightning was like, just, Trick, please. I can abuse you anytime I want. I didn't break a sweat. And that's exactly what happened. She smacked her around and, beat her with little to no effort. 6-year-old boy, 103. Rant number 103. 6-year-old boy was shot. It happened in Michigan. All I can say about that is this. The Asian neighbor, who's 32 years old, he was mad because there were kids had the bikes on his property, threatened him with a sledgehammer, including the black boy, went inside the house, got a gun, but he never came out. He shot his gun through the house, and it struck and hit the boy in the arm as the kids was running away. He got a $10,000 bond. People were screaming bloody murder, kicking up dust, and raising hell, as they should. And the prosecution team looked at it sideways, like, oh no, he needs to stay in jail. The bond needs to go up. It is a $100,000 bail. We've seen kids play outdoors and have their bikes on people's property. Front lawn, let alone property, all the time. But it never gets to a point where you scare the hell out of them or threaten them with a sledgehammer and then get a gun and shoot them. If this was a black dude in his 30s doing that to a 6-year-old white boy, it would have been a story. It would have been a big deal. If it was a white dude in his 30s did that to a 6-year-old Asian boy, it would have been a big deal as well. But because it's Asian dude in his 30s and shot a 6-year-old black boy, it's no big deal. It's meh. Let's move on. Nothing to see here. The boy has nightmares. So much so, the boy's father had him go to make him see therapy. That's crazy. And it kind of reminded me the story of what happened in where was it? In Los Angeles, California. It's not the same, but it had that feeling that, oh no, is it gonna be like little Natasha's story, where a black teenage girl being shot and killed by an Asian person, an Asian woman, because she was accused of stealing orange juice. Like I said, it's not the same, but when I hear something like that, it reminds me of, an Asian person shot a black child. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm out. What's your thoughts? More videos coming.